So all bear witness on this day, the 7th of June, Anna 60, after the choosing of the beast of the east, Ryokujin and Injashi do proclaim that Alanna of Skye be inducted into the Order of the Mark and ordained as a premier of that order. Furthermore, they are given arms by their patent and evermore proclaimed as Mark and peer of the east.
Yeah.
All bear witness that on this day, the 7th of June, Anna 60, at the choosing of the beast of the east, Durin Bastian is inducted into the Order of the Mark and ordained as a premier of that order. Furthermore, they are given arms by their patent and evermore proclaimed as a Mark and a peer of the east. All the marks are the premiers, and they are co-equal. And now, their majesties would see before them Mac Whyte.
Your Majesties, Your Highness, Your Excellencies, and great populace, let me tell you a story of a man introduced to our society who soon found an interest in archery. He would take side quests into other areas: armored combat, metalworking, calligraphy, ceremony research, and let's not forget heraldry. But he would foster that love of bow and arrow and explore other aspects of it, including fletching and combat archery. His skills would grow, not just to improve his aim and accuracy, but to improve the community of the sport. Central Legion Commander, Consort's champion of archery, and champion of archers of both Dragon Chicanan and Carillion, and Captain General of the Archers. His love of the art led him on a journey of much work and tears of both frustration and joy, with the goal of having the skill and prowess of ranged weapons be acknowledged by the known world. On his path, he has been invited into many orders, among which include Silver Crescent, Sagittarius, Pelican, and Golden Mantle. And now he comes before you to answer the question if he shall add the shiny new title of Ranger of the Mark to his list of accomplishments.
Ryan, this order exists today in no small part of the effort over the past decade, and we're going to pretend that that was a smaller number than I just said, both for the feelings of the bod as well as everyone here was waited so long. We have to answer.
Unfortunately, I will state
Their Majesties would have all peers of the realm come forward to witness this occasion. Is there a member of the Order of Chivalry to speak for this candidate?
I, Yoakum the Canal, would offer words from Sir Bartholomew Hyde. Your Majesties, I am Sir Bartholomew Hyde. I am a knight, pelican, and laurel. I am a citizen of Glenalton, a griffin of Artemisia, a defender of the dream. As a knight of society, I will speak for Ryan White. Hear me. Among the roles of knighthood is to protect those that cannot protect themselves, and speak for those who have no voice. And so it is fitting that Ryan has been asked to consider elevation to the Order of the Mark. While many have rightfully given support for this order, Ryan dedicated himself body and soul to its creation. He has chosen the long path. Working with the Board of Directors to provide them with the insights, hard data, and potential corporate changes needed to see this order created, along have. There have been many setbacks, many frustrations, and many opportunities to simply walk away. Instead, each time he was met with disappointment, Ryan stepped back, considered what might be done, move the best way forward, and step back again for severance. This new order will lead members who can see past the trappings and walls of unique conditions, unique and meeting opportunity to establish traditions and expectations among its members. The order of the mark must take its place among the other peerage orders as a pillar of society, and its companions must become true stewards of their chosen endeavor. Your Majesties, the man before you is uniquely qualified for this task. His devotion and dedication mark him as a leader. I implore you to bring him into this order. So say I.
Is there a member of the Order of the Laurel to speak for this kingdom?
After that, I really don't have any more because he said it all. Knights aren't here. We don't speak for severance. But good God. That is for severance. You have done the thing. In no small part, it is because of it. I truly respect it. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Is there a member of the Order of the Laurel to speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, I, Wayward Alanna, companion of the Order of the Laurel, bring word of Baron Llewellyn ap Tiernan, Order of the Laurel, Order of the Pelican, who's having addressed the public. I, Baron Llewellyn ap Tiernan, Order of the Laurel, Order of the Pelican, and a long list of other fruit salads, hereby send greetings and praise to my friend, Mac Whyte. Speaking as a Laurel, I do not believe that you could have chosen a better premier for the new order. Ryan and I have worked for near a decade together to help the society define and create the newest order. I find picking him to be a member of said order to be right on target. His words and his phrasing has always found the right clap. And his ability to flex when needed contributed not only to the art of the creation of the new order, but also made our organization overall a better landing spot and a launching point for those interested in any art, not just working. Imagine, if you will, sitting with him and talking about how we would produce our words to work against pushback and resistance from those who were shooting back without love. It was even better when our words would be quoted back to us in such a way as to redirect the conversation onto a new and better path. Even when others wished to give us the shaft, we worked hard to show that their conduct and words were sinning against the true future of our organization. Many are the times I have seen Ryan plunge into the fire of defining the new order and arch above the Führer as the populace called for such arts to be recognized. Even when it felt as though we might have overdrawn, he was always able to show us the target. Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, and assembled populace, let me state my point unequivocally. Mac Whyte is a shining example of the new order. He is my king. if I may add, while I was not the target for this, I am happy to mark my mistake today with this words. Absolutely.
Thank you, Jack. Is there a member of the Order of the Pelican to speak? Skye.
Get 3 points.
Suitor Sirrah! Don't have that right. But I do bring the words of someone that does. Sorry, marshals, we tend to yell at people who do know what they've done. These are the words of Magistra. I'm going to butcher this. Nika Dmitri Vadoch Zavitsina, companion of the Orders of the Laurel and Pelican. Rogue Escol Herald Extraordinaire, companion of the Order of Thorn Bjorn's Hammer for Archery of the Kingdom of Elden. I would speak to you today as a companion of the Order of the Pelican of Hope, or as we heralds are wont to call it, Esper. Hope is not a passive virtue. It is nurtured by the willingness to give, the sacrifice, for what one believes in. 10 years ago, for those of us in the missile weapons community, hope was a faint spark kindled, but not fueled by the creation by the Order of Defense. The formation of a peerage committee 2 years later began to fan the flame that I was asked to join that committee, along with Master Ryan, who was tasked with leading. We went forward full of hope and energy. None of us realized at the time how hard we would have to labor to keep that spark alive. How many times it would flare into the flame, only to be nearly extinguished as other priorities took precedent, or the Imperium changed its mind. The pelican pierces its own breast to feed its young. But those of us that bear those burdens do not know how much blood it takes, our labors to a cost. Yet we do not hesitate. Not even once. Sometimes at the darkest of times, hope is all we have. But we are not as wise as a wise woman once said, aren't not rebellions built on hope? Master Ryan believed and persisted and labored, and as with him, so will all of us in the committee. And with the committee, eventually, so with the society as a whole. And it is also ever such on the archery range as well, where hope is never realized without practice, without persistence, and without tenacity. Your Majesties of the East Kingdom, what you do today is justice. Hope itself manifest. These are her words, and I am honored to give freedom unto the East, and to my brother Ryan, who has always been my peer, and has always been my brother. I would take 3 arrows to the heart.
Member of the Order of the Rose to speak for this candidate.
Your Majesties, I am Alanna and I bear words from Countess Dorothy on behalf of the Order of the Rose. And as the Countess. Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, good gentles all, it is my great honor to speak to you today about Ryan Mac Whyte. There is so much that makes Ryan deserving of this groundbreaking recognition. He has served as Pennsic Archer General 3 times, has been Consort's archery champion, champion of archers, deputy captain of archers. The list goes on. On the range, he's a force to be reckoned with. His arrows piercing, like the claws of a tiger, swift and sure. And Ryan brings more than precision. He brings dedication, service, and spirit. He stands with us, not apart from us. He has served as a herald in every capacity, brigantio, troubadour, and a herald of personal nobles in court and at war. He is a pelican, a teacher, a mentor, a marshal, former member of the Queen's Guard. He gives of himself constantly. His passion for archery is matched only by his commitment to building a community that shares his passion. His accolades from crowns and baronies alike speak volumes. His courtesy on the field, his joy in competition, and his tireless advocacy for others show a hero not only in skill, but in character. On a personal note, he is dear to me. The man who stood behind the throne to remind me of pro protocol. The man who handed me an arrow broken in half and once split during the archery champs. The man who always had a smile, wise words, or a steady shoulder to offer. Today, members of the Order of the Rose are proud to stand in recognition of Ryan as a crown bestows not just an honor, but a legacy. And I know he will carry that legacy forward with the same grace, passion, and resolve that he has always shown. It is fitting and right you bear this honor. You who have tirelessly uplifted the archery community, and you who have brought the swift claws of tigers singing through the air with some arrows. Ryan McWhite is my peer. We see you. We thank you. And we are overjoyed to see you elevated to the Order of the Mark. May your arrows ever fly true, my friend.
Is there a member of the Order of Defense to speak for this candidate?
I bear words from Donovan Chinook, Master of Defense, Master of the Laurel, Prince of the East. I know. It falls upon me, well, Donovan, to speak to Ryan's perseverance and dedication to his community. For years, Ryan was unstoppable in his advocacy for the archery community and the thrown weapons community as well. Time and again, he was handed back delay after delay. It would have been entirely reasonable for someone to cash in his chips at any of those points. Time is finite. We'd all much rather spend it doing things that we enjoy. Ryan dusted himself off, had a drink, it might have been more than one drink, and went back to writing proposals, gathering information, and rallying people together. In the end, as we can see, his efforts amongst those, and well, many others, helped cause this peerage to be created, and I am excited to see Ryan numbered amongst its premier members. Mega, add your words here.
I don't think you're supposed to read that part.
Thanks, Your Highness. I will add my own thoughts. We spoke at your vigil about the moment the Order of Mark was announced and the significance of the Order of the Mark being created on the day of that particular crown tournament. I note the significance of a premier of the Order of Defense in the East speaking for a premier of the Order of the Mark in the East. Perseverance, indeed. Your Majesties, this man is our peer. The Order of the Mark is equal to the Order of Defense.
Is there a boat?
The deliberate effort that one must put into firing an arrow is not insignificant. You must have patience to take the right shot. You must have clarity of vision and purpose to know what you are aiming at. You must have judgment that the shot you take will have no collateral behind it. There is a tradition amongst more than one culture, one that I think of belonged to the Mamluk. It's referred to as the kiss of the string, which a shot that was fired and missed its target, the person who fired that shot would have the string snapped upon them to remind them that a shot that was missed can have the collateral damage to harm an innocent. When we go through all of our marshalling, when we go through all of our ranged events, one of the first things that we teach is that safety. That every shot released, every axe thrown, every bolt fired shall have no collateral damage. Snap of the string signifies that you have patience, you have judgment, and you have the clarity of thought and vision that this bow in your hand shall bear no collateral damage.
Is there a code?
Yeah, that's what everybody wants when it's 9 degrees.
I need to coat the applicator is done on there. I applicated on, but Taisha from Durin did that part. But I need to coat. I need to coat.
Certainly is. Should probably call that one last. Bounce on? Cool.
Are there bracers?
There are bracers. Now that you have this thing,
Is there a medallion?
There are 3.
There are many. One pin.
This medallion is made by this was the ring. It is one of a set of 3, one for each year. Oh.
and the second medallion.
It is also from this was the ring for each.
Okay. have these in my culture. Thank you.
Your Majesties, people of the East, I am a ranger of the mark. The crown has called and I have answered. I will stand with my siblings of the order in the light between the candle and the star, between faith and nightmares. I will walk the wild places of this world where others fear to tread. I will blaze the paths so that others may follow. I will be the watcher on the walls. In war, I shall be the first weapon loosed and the last to fall silent. I stand now as the guardian of the bridge between history and the future. I will allow no darkness to pass. I am a ranger of the mark. This is my creed, my oath, my bond, from this day until shadows fall.
I invite you,
And I am wrong.
your good words.
I know it to be true.
In exchange, we offer you our spring
And our protection.
of wrath,
And our affection.
promise to return to your opposition to whatsoever.
May you rise to
Your
prosperity.
opponent, dragon, and second at our Lord.
And the sun rises in the east. And we, by yourselves.
We Origin of the Iron Skies, even King of the Three Heavens, and Indrakshi Aravinda, Ornith Queen of the Night Sky, King and Queen of the East Kingdom, to all dukes, duchesses, counts, countesses, baronage, both landed and court, peers of the realm, and noble gentles, greetings. We Origin and Indrakshi, have granted by this charter to Mac Whyte of the White House the Order of the Mark and title of Ranger of the Mark, which he is to hold for his life, and after the decease of Ryan, there to remain in his name in the rolls of precedence. And we will that if any judgment be given from henceforth, contrary to the points of this charter aforesaid, by the justices or by any other of our ministers that hold plea before them against the points of this charter, it shall be undone and holden for naught. And that seneschals, sheriffs, and heralds shall pronounce sentences of greater excommunication against all those that by word, deed, or counsel shall go against the foresaid charter, or that in any point break or go against it. And that the said curses be twice a year denounced and published by the prelates aforesaid. In witness of this charter, we have caused to be made these our letters patent. Illumination by Vittorio Antonello and Lala Manguligan, words by Lala Manguligan, calligraphy by Violet Hughes. For the first and newest companion of the Order of the Mark.
Viva! Viva!